Hello friends, welcome to my second video on the COVID vaccines. In my last video, I talked about why each and every one of us should take the COVID vaccine. If you have not seen that video, please refer to the link in the description below and do see it before proceeding with this video. Now in this particular video, I'm going to talk a little bit about the few COVID vaccines and which one should you take. Now, if you are like me in India or in most countries of the world, we don't have a choice as to which vaccine of COVID we will get right now. And it is rightly so, because government has undertaken the entire process of COVID vaccine procurement, distribution and administration. And this is how it should be, because government wants to prioritize the patients who are most at risk for getting COVID complications, including death. These are basically healthcare workers, police, army, and the most vulnerable tranches of population like the elderly and those suffering from comorbid conditions. If the vaccine was available in the open market, there is no doubt in my mind that there would be pilferage, black marketing, and the vaccine will be not given to the really needy people. So there is a definitely good move on parts of various governments to regularize it. Now, it is assumed that once the initial demand is met, many of these vaccines will be available in the open market. So the question which arises in front of our eyes is that if you are given a choice, which vaccine should you take? Number one. And number two, should you wait till you get the vaccine of your choice, or should you take the vaccine which the government is giving you? Now, I will answer this question, but first let me visit the important vaccines which are available in India today. So there are two main vaccines which are available in India today. The Covishield vaccine, research project of Oxford University in combination with AstraZeneca, which is mass produced, I'm glad to say and proud to say, by Serum Institute of India, owned by Adar Poonawalla and Cyrus Poonawalla. And this vaccine is given. And second vaccine which is given widely in India is the Covaxin, produced indigenously by Bharat Biotech in combination with ICMR. And this is another vaccine which is freely available and is given to healthcare workers at present in India. So when these two vaccines were given emergency use approval, there was a little bit of controversy and it stirred a hornet's nest, especially the Covaxin vaccine, because the Covaxin vaccine has not yet completed its third phase and therefore the efficacy data is not in. Nevertheless, many leaders of medical research have put their faith behind the Covaxin vaccine, and it seems that the immunogenicity of the Covaxin is excellent. So should you take either of these vaccines if you're offered that, or should you wait for the more elite vaccines like Pfizer or the Moderna vaccine? My take on this is very simple. Now, agreed, there is a difference in the efficacy between the Serum Institute vaccine, Oxford Zeneca vaccine, which we are getting in India right now, and the Pfizer BioNTech or the Moderna vaccine. Now, Indian vaccine, Serum Institute of India vaccine, shows an efficacy of 60% as opposed to 95% efficacy of Pfizer BioNTech or Moderna vaccine. Now, on the face of it, this appears like a staggering difference, but is it really? Well, if you really dig into the details, you'll come to know that there is a difference in the efficacy. But you know how the procedure was? All the patients who were given the vaccine were monitored symptomatically. Their blood was collected at the same time. Their nasal and oropharyngeal swabs were done to detect RT-PCR. Now, 30 to 40% of those receiving Serum Institute vaccine in the next few months did show RT-PCR positivity, meaning they had a COVID infection, but none of them had severe COVID disease. So mainly it just happened that these patients were positive on RT-PCR, but their symptoms were mild to minimal, like they had maybe some fatigue, maybe 99 degrees fever, or most of them even didn't notice it, but the RT-PCR, because they were so thoroughly monitored, came out positive. So this means that Serum Institute vaccine probably does not protect so much from infection, but it definitely protects from severe disease. Now that's what we want. We want to protect ourselves from severe disease. One day of fever, malaise does not really bother me much, as long as I don't have a florid COVID ARDS, or I'm hospitalized with COVID, or it's a life-threatening illness. So in my opinion, whatever vaccine we are getting right now, we should take, because we are getting the benefit of getting vaccine ahead of time, right? So we build up an immunity. God forbid, if a second wave of COVID were to occur, then we would be protected by these vaccines, if we take it now. And anyway, it's good always to take the vaccine as far as possible. Now, a few other points. Not everybody should take the COVID vaccine, and this is something I cannot stress enough. You should not take the COVID vaccine if you have severe allergy to any of the vaccine components, or you are a person who has a lot of severe allergies to various medications. You should be very, very careful. You should definitely not take the COVID vaccine if you're pregnant or lactating. You should not take the COVID vaccine if you have a bleeding diathesis like hemophilia maybe, or you are taking blood thinning drugs, especially the oral anticoagulants. You should not be taking COVID vaccine if you're immunosuppressed, if you have active fever, or basically when you're interviewed by the vaccine officer and the vaccine officer feels that you should not be taking the COVID vaccine, it's better not to take the COVID vaccine. But otherwise, if you don't fall into these criteria, you should definitely take the COVID vaccine. That's the only chance of defeating the pandemic. So we will talk about Pfizer and Moderna vaccine in another video. But at the present time, I have talked about the two vaccines which are currently given to healthcare workers. And in a few days, I think by March or April, the second phase would start, where it would be given to people above 50 years and those with comorbidities. So I think when that phase starts, and a lot of you will be eligible to get this vaccine, just do not hesitate. Remember one thing, a bird in hand is better than two in the bush. And therefore, do take the COVID vaccine when you're offered it. You will be protected. One big mistake which Indians are making, and probably you're also under the same impression, Indians are being very optimistic about COVID disease and very pessimistic about the COVID vaccines. Both are wrong. COVID disease can be much more treacherous than what you believe, and it can kill you. Whereas the COVID vaccine hardly if ever has side effects. In my opinion, you should all take the COVID vaccine. Please see my last video if you have not. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video. Please stay safe. Have a good day. I'm Dr. Kaushal Chhatrapati, interventional cardiologist, signing off. Do see this channel for further informative videos on COVID and other health related topics. Goodbye.